Have you heard about when royal bones were used as weapons? Once upon a time in history, or more specifically around 1093, the Bishop of Winchester of the time, Henry of Blois, exhumed a number of graves. These were the graves of historically important people like bishops and royals, and they were exhumed because they were in what was the Anglo-Saxon Old Minster, and the place that they specifically were, Henry thought was unseemly. So they put them in boxes, and then 500 years later, in the 17th century, they made these boxes. Today there is 6 boxes, but we don't know precisely how many people are actually in them. It could be anywhere up to 20. Thanks to the inscription on the side of these boxes, I can tell you that there is some familiar figures in there, including Canute, Arthur Canute, William Rufus, i.e. William II of England, and Emma of Normandy, also known as Edward the Confessor's mother. You want to know about the missiles. So in 1642, Oliver Cromwell was doing his thing, and his troops ransacked the cathedral, and they destroyed a number of these boxes. The bones and pieces of the boxes just scattered across the ground in pieces. The troops set about smashing the windows of Winchester Cathedral, and they needed something to smash those windows with. Apparently, the remains of such men as King Edred and his brother King Edmund looked absolutely fantastic for the job. After this absolute horror show, the men at the cathedral set about collecting up the bones and putting them in the surviving boxes. As you can see from Emma, a lot of bones were missing. Something very exciting for you. Since 2012, these bones have been part of a study. So far, the only thing that has been released is the remains of Emma, along with a facial reconstruction. But next year, in 2026, they will be revealing their findings. And you can go on the cathedral's website, go to the mortuary chests and then Project News to find out what's going on. The last official update was August, but back in July, they announced the project's findings would be published in 2026.